Hi guys, and welcome to this week's vlog. Honestly, this week was just a little bit chaotic, and we started off strong on Tuesday morning with me being very ambitious and deciding that I needed to bake some sourdough bread. But obviously before I did that, I needed to clear my workstation, and I had the lovely babies keeping me company. To say it was entertaining would just not even do justice to this experience. To be honest, they love spending time in the kitchen with me, which I love, but it does get a bit stressful, as you will see in the next few seconds. We had the tripod shaking, we had clothes being pulled off the dryer, we had some hair pulling episodes, and all in all, it just made the baking experience a little bit different to what I'm used to. But we just had to go with it because I needed to make some bread, and normally baking is supposed to be a calming experience for me. On this particular day, we were more stormy than we were calm, but it's all good because we did what we needed to do. I didn't have much planned for this week, but it did end up being a busy one. My big priority for the week was really to bake this bread because I've been meaning to for like weeks and just haven't got around to doing it. And also to install the new car seats because the twins have now reached 15 months and needed to move into the next class of car seats, which I couldn't tell you which one it is. But yeah, we'd bought the car seats pretty much when they were born, so we already had them ready, just needed to get them out of storage and installed. But before I did that, I did need to have a quick car reset. Now please do not judge me because my car was absolutely horrendous, as you're about to see in this next clip. It was disgusting, it hasn't been cleaned in like weeks. I had stuff in here from like months and months and months of just accumulating stuff, and I was just like, do you know what, if I'm going to install the car seats, I need to make sure that we have a clean base to start from, and that's exactly what I did. So this is where I just kind of got to work, clearing out all the rubbish, and you can see how awful this looks. I cannot believe I'm putting this on the internet, but you know what? I've committed to this content creation life, so we're going with it. But yeah, I basically just took out all the rubbish. We had some shoes that the twins had never worn. We had some blankets. We had their carriers. I found so much fur from where the dog had been driving in the car with us. And luckily, I actually did have some cleaning material that I could use as well, which I remembered randomly just as I was cleaning. So that came in handy as well. But yeah, I think this is actually the first time I have personally cleaned this car. I normally get it cleaned professionally, but I don't think I did a bad job. I mean, I didn't get all of the fur off because the hoover wasn't strong enough to do that, but I did get a good chunk of dirt just out of the car, and I'm sure the twins are so much happier about not having to sit in some nasty mess, which to be fair they created, but I don't think they would even care that they were the ones that created the mess. So yes, here I am just cleaning up again, and honestly not enjoying it because I'm just a girl. Why is this a job I have to do? But needs must. So yeah, I got to work and got it done. Now, once I got the car seats out, I did make sure to clean them because I do plan on selling these, selling one and keeping the other. So I had to make sure that I gave them a good clean and make them presentable for the next person to use. Now, because of how cold it was outside, I did need to make sure that I was dressed very, very warm, because I did not want to be catching a crisis or a cold or a flu or whatever whilst going through this process. And I had my lovely assistant, aka Uncle Mike, or aka Uncle Mai, as he's known by the twins, helping me install these on this particular day. So honestly, it wasn't actually too bad to install. We did manage to get them done pretty quickly because they're the Isofix ones, and we're keeping them rear facing just as an added safety measure, even though technically they're at the age where they could be forward facing. I think the guidance is to keep them rear facing for as long as possible. So I've chosen to keep them rear facing. So this was us just attaching the tethers at the back in the boot, which I honestly, when I watched the video, I was impressed, because I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know my car had this stuff. So yeah, we had to watch the videos a few times just to figure it all out. But we did run into a little bit of an issue when one of the straps wouldn't pull all the way across, so that took a bit of time to sort out, but we kind of just left it in the end, and I contacted the car seat company to get some additional guidance. So that was all done and dusted, and one big job ticked off my list. So the following day was a relatively chill day, and this was me just getting myself ready for the morning, getting myself a cup of tea, getting some water for the day, and I had just finished feeding the twins, so it was my turn to kind of sit down and have my own breakfast. And on this particular day, we actually had some French toast, which was really, really lovely. Baby boy devoured his. Baby girl can't have any because she's allergic to eggs, so she had some Weetabix. But this was me just slathering mine in maple syrup, and it was so yummy. Afterwards, after I had my breakfast, I did have a few tasks that I needed to complete, one of which included selling or posting off a pair of heels that I have had for years and years, and I'm not kidding, I think it's been listed on Vinted for 2 years, and it only just sold on this particular week. So I made quick work of just getting it all sent off, but also preparing my to-do list for the week. So I do tend to do this earlier on in the week, but it's really whenever I have a moment of peace and quiet and calm where I'm able to do it. So yes, I sent off my package. I had some editing to do because I've recorded a breastfeeding journey video, which will be on shortly. So this did end up being quite a productive session for me. Even though the twins were awake when I was doing all of this, I do try to do as much work whilst they're awake as well, so that when they're asleep, I can also relax, whether that be sleeping myself or just doing something fun to, de-stress and de-escalate from all of the running around after the twins. So yeah, it's always nice to just have a moment of peace to do the things that I need to do. But it's just one of those rare mornings that I was able to do this. So I always try to take advantage of every single moment that I have. And guys, if you are not digital journaling or planning, I cannot recommend it enough. Honestly, I use the same planner, and all I do is wipe it each week with all the tasks that I haven't done, and basically pretend to not have seen it, and then just start a new list again. So I just absolutely love digital planning. Now later that evening, we actually took the babies out, and baby boy had his first go at walking around the store by himself, and he did so good. He did get tired at the end, but he did amazing. And of course we did go get some plantain, because that's always a craving. And on Friday morning, started off with some pancakes, and yeah, another chill day planned. Really didn't feel like doing much after installing the car seats earlier in the week. So I'm ending this week's vlog with this little clip of the twins just having the time of their lives and dancing. I will see you guys in my next vlog. Have a lovely week and speak soon. Bye.